Good afternoon. Well, you want to guess with a background as to where we are today? We're out at City Park, and we've got our Parks Department this week. We've got Danny Zincke, our Director of Parks. Donnie in the background there, maintenance superintendent, right?
Yes, sir.
And Lisette, who actually makes everything happen, and that's on the recreational side. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we've got them all here. There's some of our maintenance crew that are not with us today, right out here by the fairgrounds and the Civil Nature Center, to give you a little bit of background as to what our Parks Department does every single day. So, Danny, with a little bit of backdrop before we go to the maintenance part of the parks and all that's involved with that year-round, tell us a little bit about some of the awards that we've recently gotten with TWAF, I guess.
So TAF, Texas Amateur Athletic Federation, has been around since 1925. The city of Boerne has been a member of TAF for the last 15 years. And we as a staff, it's our professional organization that we are a part of. It's made up of parks and recreation professionals from all over the state of Texas. So it really means a lot when we do get those type of recognition, because it's coming from peers. It's coming from those people that do the same job you do, that know what you go through.
Right.
And so it really means a lot. This year we received not only the Platinum Member Award, which is the highest reward you can get for your participation as a department, but we were also named the City of the Year for this year, which was a great honor for us, and really shows the amount of support that we get and the amount of things that we're able to accomplish as a department, and we're very proud of all of our staff for doing that, because that means a lot to us to see that recognition coming from peers.
You bet.
And,
well, it makes everybody in the city proud as well. They've gotten that information. The other thing that we've talked about before, and it's no different in our Parks Department than it has been in our Gas Department and our Public Works. Not only are our folks engaged in this community, engaged in obviously their employment and what they do here, but they are engaged also in their state and national association. Danny, I believe that you're president this year, are you not?
I took over as the president of the Texas Amateur Athletic Federation in September, and I'll do a 2-year term as president, and then 2 more years as past president on the executive board. And then Lisette is our Region 3 director, which is the region that Boerne is in. So she's been being a part of that too, and learning all of that TAF is and what you can do as a full state with that group of people. So
that's great. I love to hear that. One of the things that we have just recently accomplished, so as we got through our master plan process, there was a long list, I know, a laundry list of from all of our stakeholders and staff and everyone else that played a role in all of that. But let's talk about those top 3 things that just kept coming to the surface that folks want to see in our Parks Department. And maybe if we even got some little price tags we want to put on, that's going to be the challenge, I know, for City Council.
So we do have our master plan, and it's a big document. A lot of people have asked me, is a lot there. If you really kind of go back to the last few pages, that's where the meat of what everybody wants to get at. What types of things are we going to see? The rest of it are a lot of requirements that Texas Parks and Wildlife or other grant entities require us to put in the plan, so that we have. But the top 3 priorities that we see coming forward, we know back in 2007 we had a quality of life bond. We purchased property where the skate park is now, and that was the one that really kept coming up, because we know soccer fields here, baseball fields on Saturdays, those are filling up, and we don't have room for other groups that are looking for field space. Tackle football, flag football, lacrosse, lots of different organizations that are wanting to expand our recreational opportunities, and we just have no place for them to go. These fields are full all the time. So that project, finally, when we saw that we needed that in the future, we purchased that land, but now it's time to develop that land. The need is here now.
And that's 38 acres?
39 acres total.
Okay.
And some of it's already developed, of course, where the skate park is. So we have a plan in there. That is a large project, and it's a lot of stuff. Price tag between $7 and $9 million. So probably at some point either a phased project or possibly a bond project for the future.
Sure.
The other one that really we saw from the last plan that we did in 2012, we saw again now, is aquatics. So we know that our pool and our aquatics programming is in high demand. We have both high schools utilize our swim team, our swimming pool. We have 2 other swim teams. We have our summer recreational swim team as well as a year-round swim team that use that. We have a water polo team that utilize that. We have swim lessons. We have private parties. We have open swim.
And
so
and
it's
not used very
nonstop.
much, because right over there, which you cannot see, is the pool, and there's people already in that pool, and it's probably
swimming weather.
56 or 57 degrees out here.
Right. So and as you know, we talked earlier, they were here at 5:30 this morning too. There's that much demand for the pool, and we know that this pool was built, I think, 1976. We know that there's need for another pool and other aquatics. You know, a lot of people would like a spray ground. We want a spray ground too, and there's plans in there. And then we also know that there's other opportunities out there, and we've talked about some of those opportunities. You know, with the YMCA, with the school district, with the county, with the city, all of those partners that have to be a part of that. And so as we know there's lots of different options out there and lots of things that can change really quickly. So what we did there is kind of put some different options. If we're going to build another pool, if we're going to go in a partnership with those groups for another pool, if we're going to build spray grounds. So another pool could be anywhere from $3 to $7 million depending on what you want to do. Spray ground anywhere from $250,000 to $500,000. So we kind of have different options and pricing in there for those type of activities. And then the other is just our trails. They're probably one of our most used and precious amenities that we have in our parks system. And so we have some connections. We have a big project that's underway now that people are probably starting to see happening that's going to expand the number 9 trail and also make a connection at the library. So there'll be a bridge that'll connect the amphitheater and library campus to the trail system. So we're excited about those things getting underway.
That's great. Also got the guidebook. You want to hold that up and show
Sure.
everybody that and explain just a little bit about what that process is.
Right, so our guidebook we put out every year, and Lisette is really the one that does most of the groundwork here, and her staff as well. They go through and they prepare the whole year's activities. They look at all the different things that we know we're going to have as far as community events, community education, athletic programs, aquatics programs, all of those things, plan them out and get them in here so that people know what's coming. It's also got lots of information about the facilities we have, the partners we have, Cibolo Nature Center. A lot of people don't know the Cibolo Nature Center is on City Park Parkland, so we have a partnership with them. And so there you can find out where you can find information about the Cibolo Nature Center in here. Our city cemetery, which the Parks Department maintains, the information's in here. The library, the Hill Country Mile, lots of different partnerships that are also in this book. So lots of information. We have new people come to town. It's a source. Both this and the Parks Master Plan are available on our website. So if you don't have a paper copy, anytime from any device, you can get on there, just pull those up in PDF form and look at those.
Great. So besides the parks, besides the trails, are you not charged with any of our facility anywhere in the city? You're keeping up with the maintenance. Right. City Hall, for example.
Right. Yeah. Yes, sir. And so Donnie and his crew, they not only maintain our parks and get everything ready for all those programs and activities, but they also, whether it's the police station, whether it's City Hall, whether it's the library, whether it's indoors, whether it's outdoors, whether it's needing something cleaned or needing something fixed or needing something mowed or trimmed or planted, all of that goes through his maintenance crew. And so they do an amazing job of just trying to keep track of all that. Emergency generators out at the plants, or it's just such a wide range of things.
I.e., 20 trees out there at the lake, right?
Yes,
on
sir.
Arbor Day? Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. Well, thanks so much. Lisette, thank you for all that you do for the Parks Department and for the city of Boerne. Donnie, you and your crew, we always see you out there doing it. Danny, thanks for sharing with us today.
Thank you very much.
About some of the things about the Parks Department. One of the things that I did want to take just a moment, though, also I had mentioned to you that we were going to have our FaceTime was going to include a little bit of a rundown of what happened at our last city council meeting. On Monday night, or Tuesday night, I guess it was, we had the second reading on the gymnasium, using that at the 129 Old San Antonio Road. There was a second reading also for the franchise agreement that we've got with Pedernales Electric Cooperative. There are there was one public hearing that we had on the annexation of our wastewater treatment plant. That got okayed. We had an update on communications. We had an update on master plan. The city master plan, I want to remind everybody, Kronkowski, Monday night, the 29th at 5:30 to 7:30. It'll be a joint meeting and a report and an update for City Council along with planning and zoning. There are three what we've got coming up on public hearings from the recommendation of planning and zoning. One of them has to do with an accessory dwelling on Yolanda Street, also low impact facilities, and also on North Herf Road Overlay District. That'll be on February the 13th. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks so much for being with us. Again, thanks to Danny and his crew, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks, everybody.